Hey guys, Cassie here at CrossFit Rife, here to go over the movement standards for the first workout for the 2022 CrossFit Rife Classic. Keep up. There's a bunch of moving pieces in this. There's a bunch of equipment we're going to be using. For the runner, whenever you're on the runner, the only real thing with this is that the hands can't be hanging on to the rail. You can absolutely grab them if you need the balance or if you start to feel a little bit unstable. You can use those to support you for a second, but you just can't run while still hanging onto it or leaning into the runner to give you that little advantage there. Again, by all means, touch them if you feel unstable or you're feeling you're losing your balance. You just can't hang on to them the whole time. For the front squat, the bar is going to start on the ground. It can begin with either a squat clean or a power clean, a muscle clean. But for each rep to start, the hip has to go below the knee on the squat, and we have to stand all the way back up with the hip and knee extended. Whether we go in a front rack position or we go to like a mummy grip when we're holding onto it, that doesn't matter. What does matter is full extension on the top, and then the hip is lower than the knee on the bottom. For the pull-ups, you will always face out towards the crowd or towards your teammate. On the pull-up, arms have to be fully extended on the bottom, and then the chin has to clearly clear the top of the bar at the top of the pull-up. For the ring rows, there will be a mark underneath the rings designated where the feet have to be, but it will be underneath the rings. When you lay back, full extension of the legs and full extension of the arms. On the pull, the rings and the hands have to touch the chest and going back to that full extension. If the legs are bent, the reps won't count. We can do a bit of a kip in it where we are using the hip, but we just can't have the knees bent at all. Straight legs, straight arms on that bottom. For the farmer's carry, it's farmer's carry. We're gonna stand up hanging onto the weight. There isn't gonna be anything where it's on the legs. We're standing all the way up. We're not looking for the shoulders to be in line with the hips because you're hanging onto the farmer's carry, but the weight can't be supported by anything underneath. It has to just be hanging in your hands. Last thing's gonna be for the devil's press. The rep will start in a burpee. So we lay down, chest and thighs hit the ground, and then the rep will finish with the weight all the way overhead in a position of support where it's stacked over his hip here. Where this would go wrong is if his chest doesn't hit the ground in the bottom of the burpee, wouldn't count there, or if he catches it overhead and it's not stacked, it's in a wide position, or it's somewhere he wouldn't be able to support the load. Elbow must be locked out and it has to be in a position of support, so anything wider over here where he couldn't hang on to it, that wouldn't count. Just think in line with the hips overhead, flash that position, we'll be good to go. These are gonna be all the movements that we're doing in the first workout to keep up. These are the movement standards for them. We will give additional information on the day of the competition for where the athletes need to be stashed, how you can drop the bar, pick it up, all that. But these are the movement standards for the first workout of the 2022 CrossFit Rife Classic. Keep up. Good luck, guys.